Good evening, world. This is Ivan O'Mara here again. This is going to be another video. I hate it when I make these videos and my camera is a bit blurry. You notice how sometimes when you make my video, on the sides, my camera is a bit blurry? You're going to have to excuse that because sometimes when I make my videos, my camera is a bit blurry, obviously. It's very weird. Today I'll be continuing my Lord of the Rings read-along. I believe I'm on page 206 or 207, I believe. So I'll bow for a good 20 minutes and I'll read 4 pages of Lord of the Rings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I'm on page 207. Wait. Yeah, 203, 204, 205. Yeah, 207. So I'll read 207 to 210, whatever it is. You guys are looking at a very interesting video for this. And I hope you guys better enjoy this series while you still can because the countdown is ticking, man. I'll be finished going over my book at the end of the month. I'm pretty much on chapter 11. I'm almost done chapter 11. Moving on to chapter 12. I have about 2 chapters left. So at the end of the month, I'll finish going over my book. And then once I go over my book, I will my book is now officially ready to be released on Lulu. So once I go over my book is now officially ready to be released on Lulu. And I'm gonna pump out these daily videos for you guys. The reason why I'm pumping out a lot of videos for you guys because the countdown is ticking, man. The countdown is really, really ticking, man. The countdown is really, really ticking. And once I make that final announcement, Ivan O'Mara is officially signing out. I'm gonna say this is it for Ivan O'Mara. I'm officially peacing out for good. I hope you guys enjoyed this series. I hope I entertain you guys. I seriously hope you guys learn from your evil and wickedness. I wish you guys made the right choice when you and wife were born. That you let your love and envy take over. You couldn't, even regardless of your envy, you couldn't do the right thing. You let your love and envy take over. Hence, I'm proving how wicked and evil you really are, obviously. In other words, if you really had a good heart, you would have done the right thing, obviously. That's it. This is Ivan O'Mara. I'm officially signing out. Peace. I'm going to say that. And once I say that, Ivan O'Mara is officially signing out, man. Officially signing out. I'll make my final announcement early. Look at interesting video. I might divide it into 2 parts. Because I have a lot of stuff to talk about with my life. One video should be enough. There's a good chance that it might be divided into 2 parts because I have a lot of stuff to talk about, man. There's a lot of things in my life I don't remember, obviously. But all the embarrassing stuff that happened in my life, I'm gonna leave it vague, obviously. All the people who I met in my life, I'm not gonna mention the people who I met in my life. No, I'm not gonna put their name out there on no. I prefer to keep it personal, obviously, keep it vague, obviously. I'm gonna talk about my life, obviously, what I went through, obviously. I was born in Saskatchewan. I moved to Montreal at age 4. That was when I got knocked out with a rock, obviously. Lived in Montreal for 4 years in that shitty apartment. Then we moved to Hull, Quebec. Obviously, Hull's like a small town like Elmer in Quebec, obviously. My whole life, I grew up in a small town, pretty much. Hence why whenever I move to Vancouver, it's going to be very weird because I'm not used to living in a big city, obviously. Because Vancouver is a big city in Canada, right? Whereas VJ is used to living in a big city because she lives in Los Angeles, obviously. Whereas I'm not used to living in a big city. I lived in a small town. Elmer, Quebec. Elmer, Quebec only has 50,000 people, man. It's a small town, man. Oh my god, Ivan, that's such a small town. Yeah, man. Elmer, Quebec only has 50,000 people. We only have 50,000 people living here. It's a very small town. Obviously. That's why when I move to Vancouver, it's gonna be what? It's gonna be very weird. It's gonna be very weird. It's gonna be very weird because what? It's gonna be very weird because Vancouver is a big city, obviously. Hence why I forgot to mention this in my last video. Hence why I'm really gonna miss Elmer, Quebec, man. Because Elmer, Quebec, I have so many good memories here, and I'm gonna miss a lot of these stores I go to. Because I'm gonna keep saying this. The one thing that's unique about Quebec is Quebec. They sell all you guys in America, you guys in Canada, you know how in the states you have in America you have states, right? Well, in Canada you have provinces. They're called provinces. Quebec is a province, obviously, just like Vancouver is in British Columbia, BC, Vancouver, British Columbia. You guys are probably aware of provinces in Canada, all you Americans, obviously. The one thing that's unique about Quebec, to all you Americans out there, the one thing that's unique about Quebec is that you can actually buy beer at the gas stations. They sell beer at the gas stations. They sell beer at the gas stations, obviously. Whereas in all the other provinces in Canada, you have to go to the beer store. You guys know what I'm talking about. The beer store in America. America obviously has beer stores too. In all the other provinces in Canada, you have to buy beer at the beer stores. Whereas in Quebec, you can buy them at the gas stations. So when you go put your gas, you can literally go to the store. They have fridges stacked with beer. You can buy your beer at the gas stations. That's the one thing I'm gonna miss about Quebec, obviously. Well, I even want to live in Quebec. Why? The one reason why I don't want to live in Quebec is Quebec is French, and I can't. I'm not racist. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind French people, but it's very annoying knowing. It's very annoying hearing all these French people talk every day. You know what I'm saying? They talk on stuff. I prefer to live in an English area. That's why I want to move to Vancouver, obviously. And Vancouver is the most beautiful city in Canada, obviously. Montreal is pretty. Is not as big. Montreal is very old. It's pretty filthy too, obviously. Montreal is like the New York of Canada. It's not the most beautiful city. Nice building views, obviously, like New York, but the city's pretty filthy and dirty too, obviously. That's why. Whereas Toronto's pretty clean. Toronto's nice. Toronto's beautiful. I remember VJ when she did a Rocky Horror Picture Show. She filmed in Toronto. VJ's been to Toronto. She knows how beautiful it is. Obviously, Toronto's a very. I remember VJ's like, "Oh my god, it's very clean here." Yeah, it's fucking clean in Canada, obviously. Whereas New York is fucking dirty, obviously. Whereas Montreal is actually pretty filthy. There's a lot of garbage. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty filthy, Montreal. It's old. A lot of old buildings. It's like Montreal is like the New York. It's like the New York of Canada, pretty much, in my opinion. Right? And Toronto is pretty much the Los Angeles of Canada. Because Montreal is the second biggest city in Canada. You know what I'm saying? It's a big city, obviously. But Vancouver is the second most. Montreal is a bigger city than Vancouver, obviously. But Vancouver is a more expensive city than Montreal. Vancouver is the second most expensive city in Canada. Toronto is the most expensive city in Canada, obviously. So if I were to start my own skyscraper company in another city besides Vancouver, it would be in Toronto. Because Toronto is a beautiful city. VJ's been there. It's a very beautiful city. You have these nice shopping centers. VJ's been to the Eaton Center, right? She knows what I'm talking about. The Eaton Center. You know what I'm saying? At the Eaton Center, you have all the huge shopping mall. You can buy all these nice clothes. Vancouver is a beautiful city, obviously. It's clean, too. It's pretty clean. It's not as clean, though. It's a pretty clean city, obviously. Whereas I live in Elmer, which is right next to Ottawa, which is the capital of Canada, obviously. Ottawa's a beautiful city, but, like, I've lived here for 20 years. And, like, I'm like, I don't want to start skyscrapers in Ottawa. I prefer to live in. I'm tired of Ottawa. I want to get out of Ottawa. I want to live in another city, obviously. And ever since I saw what? Ever since I saw. Ever since I saw what? Ever since I saw pictures of Vancouver, videos of Vancouver, I always want to live in Vancouver, obviously. Hence why you will better stop taking for granted. Once I make that final announcement, I am done, man. And you guys are gonna be like, oh my god, is Ivan really done, man? Is he really peacing out for good after this video? Yeah, man. After I make this video, I'm peacing out for good. That's all I'm gonna think about now is becoming fucking king, man, and living the life of my wife, man. I've never seen my wife for 30 years. Living the amazing life of my wife, man. Living the amazing life of my wife, man. I've never seen her since birth, man. And you cause that mess. My wife is obviously excited to see me. She's, oh my god, Ivan's done his book. Oh my god. The only thing that that's really gonna get to VJ is knowing that her virgin husband is gonna be having sex with what? 800, 1,000 Hollywood women, perhaps even more, man. You're probably looking at even 2,000 women. I don't know how much women I'm gonna have sex with, but you're looking at a lot of women, man. Like 100 women is already enough. Like porn stars, most porn stars have sex with about like 100 men, 100 women around there. Whereas for Ivan, you're looking at like so if you think these porn stars are whores, Ivan is a fucking man whore because I'm having sex with what? Hundreds of women. Like 100, 200, 300. Hence why there's a high chance I'll mess up because I'm having sex with so much women, I'm now a sex act. There's a high chance I'm gonna mess up, man. Just like VJ, because she was having sex, and you guys set the whole thing up. Because VJ is having sex with so many men, she now became a sex addict. Hence guaranteed she's gonna mess up. Obviously, and there's a high guaranteed I'm gonna mess up when I pay this fee. Obviously, right? Hence why VJ said what? VJ said you mess with me and mess with her, obviously, because the mess happened in both our lives, obviously. Right? The main reason for the mess is the fact that VJ had sex with so many men. And it's very messy, obviously. Her business life, obviously. You know what I'm saying? The real mess is obviously what? VJ's business life, obviously, because she had sex with so many men, but she also had her personal life where shit went down behind the scenes, obviously. If you have sex, I don't know, with thousands of men, chances are a couple hundred shit went down with what a couple I don't know a couple hundred men behind the scenes, obviously, and it's messy, obviously. Just like with Ivan, the mess is obviously business, obviously. When he what? When he pays his fee, but chances are shit's gonna go down in my personal time too because what? I'm now a sex addict and these women are all cats, man. They're all gonna come after me, and that's why VJ is gonna fucking trip balls. VJ's gonna trip balls, and she's gonna what? You're gonna see pictures of me online. You guys know what I'm talking about. You're gonna see VJ constantly looking at the trends. You're gonna see pictures of me. I don't know. You see pictures of me hanging out with this celebrity, obviously. You're gonna see VJ looking at the trends, looking at the pictures every day. Cause it's so cool seeing Ivan Omer pictures online for the first time, obviously. She's gonna be like, who's Ivan with? Is he bagging this chick? Is he hooking up? You know what I'm saying? She has every right to be angry because she's my wife and I'm her baby, obviously. I'm her husband, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm her baby and I'm her husband, she has every right to be, and I'm white, obviously, I'm special. VJ's obviously gonna be crazy. Just like VJ's very special too. When I see her kissing guys and stuff, it gets to me and it pisses me off, obviously. Because I'm a guy, I'm not as crazy as she is, obviously. But my point is, if VJ told me what happened to those men, she'd crush me and I'd cry my eyes like a baby, obviously. Just like if I told my wife what happened to those women, she'd cry her eyes out too, obviously. Because she's a woman, she'd be worse than me, obviously. Because she's a woman. Women are a lot more emotional than men, man. And I'm Y too, obviously. Yeah, she's Ann and she's special too, but because I'm Y and I'm fucking God, obviously, I'm very special. VJ what? I'm her baby. VJ's obviously what? When I pay this fee, she's gonna cry and she's gonna have sleep. She's gonna have trouble sleeping. Well, she doesn't sleep right now. She doesn't sleep. She has sleepless nights because she cries night long. But once I pay this fee, you're gonna see VJ going crazy, man. She's gonna fucking trip, obviously. That's why she made that Freak to Freak Out song. Because when I pay this fee, she's gonna go crazy, obviously. But here's the thing, though. If she sees me hanging out with some celebrity chick, you know what I'm saying, hugging some celebrity chick, she can't say shit. I shut her up for good. You know what I'm saying? She has every right to be angry, obviously, but she had boyfriends. You know what I'm saying? I saw all those pictures with you and Pearson, VJ. You guys dated. I don't know if you guys were partners or your boyfriends. My point is, you guys were very intimate together. You had boyfriends. You had Pearson. You had Reeve, and you had Ryan Rodman. Obviously, you also had your mess that happened in Hollywood, obviously. So you not only have the mess, which is like fun sex, pretty much, right? Your porn business, obviously, and also the dogs in Hollywood. You also had your boyfriends, obviously. And if you dated those guys for a couple of years, you obviously had a lot of makeout sessions, and you guys were obviously hooking up a lot, obviously. It's very messy, obviously. It's if you see me hanging out with celebrity, I shut you up for good. You can't say shit, obviously. It's I shut you up for good, obviously. Yes, you don't deserve this, VJ, and I was willing to say my virginity for you, but there's obviously the karma. What the karma obviously happened, obviously. As VJ obviously is scared of the karma, obviously. Oh my god, like what if Ivan hooks up with this chick and I don't know, they date for a month or something like that. Even if I do date a celebrity for a month, VJ can't say shit. She had boyfriends for what? For a couple of years, obviously. For a couple of years. Because VJ took me for granted. She doesn't understand the pain that I'm going through. Because she takes me for granted, obviously. But once I pay this fee, she'll finally understand the pain, obviously. And you have no idea how shitty of a feeling is knowing that your wife took off her clothes and she had sex with all these men. Sleeping at their house, sleeping at their house. It's a fucking shitty feeling. You're naked, you have sex, and you're sleeping on their bed. It's a fucking shitty feeling, man. Knowing that your wife was intimate with another man, another man touched your wife. It's a very shitty feeling. VJ knows what I'm talking about, obviously. Once I pay this fee, VJ will finally feel that pain, man. because she takes me for granted. She hooks up with men. Well, Ivan will never know because he doesn't know what's going on in Los Angeles. You know what I'm saying? Ivan will never bang another chick. You know what I'm saying? He'll save his virginity for me. I don't have to worry about him banging another chick. But as for me, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hook up with all these guys because I can get away with it. I'll never tell Ivan what happened between me and all these men. She takes me for granted, obviously. Hence why she hooks up with men. At the same time, she's also a whore. And the men are dogs, obviously. Because the Hollywood men are dogs, animals, obviously, and VJ's a whore, she's guaranteed gonna hook up with them, obviously. Obviously. You know what I'm saying? She's guaranteed gonna hook up with them, obviously, and she takes me for granted. Because I know she hooks up with men in her business life. She has her business life, obviously. I know VJ works. She has her work life, obviously. But I also know she's hooking up with men in her personal life. Sometimes I see pictures of what? I see pictures of sometimes I hear her moaning and all that stuff. You know, so while she was filming her movies, I heard. Sometimes I watch stuff. I just hear this moaning sound. You see you hear VJ moaning, man. You hear VJ moaning, like, you hear her moaning. I'm like, okay, yeah, she's hooking up with men, obviously. Which is a shitty feeling, obviously. And once I pay his fee, VJ will finally feel the pain because VJ takes me for granted. She does not understand the pain. I'm gonna keep saying this, that way VJ knows I'm not playing around. Because I know VJ takes me for granted. She cries all night long, even though I tell her to shut the fuck up. It's fucking annoying. You know what I'm saying? And then the next day, what does she do? She fucking hooks up with more men because she's fucking crazy, man. She's selfish, obviously. She's fucking selfish. I don't mean to be rude, VJ, but man, you are a fucking selfish woman, man. Here's the thing. You cry at night, all night. You know what I'm saying? You cry at night. You know what I'm saying? You cry that long. I tell you to shut the fuck up, obviously. And then what do you do? What do you do the next day behind the scenes while I'm not looking, when I'm saving my virginity for you? Oh, you hook up with more men. Yeah. You're fucking selfish, obviously. And that's why when I pay his fee, I'm going to shut off for good, obviously. You know what I'm saying? But here's the thing, though, man. Even though I don't wish for the karma to happen, the world's fucking wicked. You know what I'm saying? I was willing to say, trust me, VJ, this is what I wanted for you, man. I was willing to save my virginity for you, man. I really was. You would have been the only woman I would have had memory of ever having sex with. Even though you had a lot of memory of having sex with all these men, VJ would have had Ivan all to herself, obviously. She would have had Ivan all to herself, obviously. See what I'm saying here? She would have had... Well, had you not separated me and her, me and VJ would have had each other all to ourselves forever, man. VJ would have been the only... I would have been the only man in VJ's memory, man. In VJ's memory of ever having sex with, obviously. So purity, obviously. And VJ would have been the only woman I would have had memory of ever having sex with. Had you let me repeat it again, you fucking separated me and you caused this mess in both your lives because you guys are morally wicked people, man. You let your devil envy take over. You don't have a good heart. If you had a good heart, you would have said, you know what, even though I can't stand Ivan and VJ, but trust me, man, I know that feeling of being envious. Not envious, but I know that feeling of jealousy. Trust me. I've seen attractive couples. You know what I'm saying? I've seen very attractive couples. Trust me, over my years, I'm saying, I've seen very attractive couples on the outside, you know what I'm saying? I've seen very attractive, I love doing that. I've seen very attractive couples, you know, on the outside, you know what I'm saying? When I worked security, when I was working at an event, I've seen very attractive couples on the outside, you know what I'm saying? I've seen very attractive couples. And when I saw those attractive couples, I would stare at them. I'd be a bit jealous, like, oh my God, like that man is attractive. Oh my God, that woman is hot. They're such a good couple. I wish I could date that girl. I was a little bit jealous, you know what I'm saying? I was a little bit jealous. I was never envious, but I was jealous. Oh my God, that chick is fucking attractive, you know what I'm saying? And I gave them a little, you give them a little bit of that dirty look. Look at that couple, they're very attractive. I know that feeling. Oh my God, I can't stand them being together. They're so good together. Oh my God, like, in a way, it kind of pisses me off when I see a couple together. I can't stand being together because they're fucking good together. I know that feeling. It sucks, obviously. But even then, even though it's a shitty feeling when you see a beautiful couple, especially I and VJ, the perfect couple, even though it's a shitty feeling and you can't stand it, if you were good people, you would have said, you know what, man, even though I can't stand it and it pisses me the fuck off when I see I and VJ together, even though we want I and VJ so bad, and we're never going to know what it's like for them to have sex, obviously, it is none of our business. They created us. If you guys were good, you would think you guys would do this, obviously. They create us. You know what, man? Even though even though we're fucking envious, man, seeing this glory is fucking amazing. Let them be together. Don't cause harm in a relationship. Ivan put a rule: don't touch his wife. Touch his wife, Ivan will suffer death, and his wife will cry tears every night. Don't touch his wife. You would think you guys would do that, but what do you guys do? Oh, Ivan has to pay for that. Kill him and destroy his life because you guys are wicked people, obviously. And it's like tested you guys, and you guys failed the test, obviously. You fucking failed the test. You failed the fucking test. Hence why I'm a fucking genius. I proved how wicked and evil you guys really are. You're not good people, obviously. That was a test. Your test of goodness was when me and my wife came here. If you were a good person, you would look, man. If Ivan, put yourself in our shoes. Ivan, put yourself in our shoes. If God and his wife came to earth, would you let them be together? Yes, I will let them be together. Yes, even though I wouldn't stand it, I'd be, look, man. Even though it pisses me off, man, and I can't stand it, man. It pisses me the fuck off. Just let go of the envy. Let them be together, man. They fucking created us. Don't cause harm in the relationship because that's how you know I'm good. I'll never ever what? I'll never separate someone from his wife, regardless how envious I was. I will never bang his wife or purposely cause mess in his life because it's fucking evil, man. Even if the couple was super super attractive, obviously, I would never cause harm in our relationship because it's an evil thing to do, man. And you guys did that, and hence I'm proving how wicked you guys really are, obviously. Hence I shut you off for good completely, man. Shut you off for good. You can't say shit. You can't even make fun of me. I shut you off for good. Yeah, I have a mental illness, obviously, but I shut you off for good. You guys can't say shit. You guys are morally wicked people. There's a reason why you deserve to see hell and you don't deserve to be saved. Because you touched my wife knowing I had to die, and so I'm proving how wicked and evil you are. You knew I had to die, and you still touched her anyways. I don't care if Ivan dies. I'm fucking envious. I want to see. I'll turn his wife into a whore. I want to see her fuck all these men. Turn a Virgin Ivan into a porn star. I want to see him fuck all these women. Because you guys are. After that, kill him. After we destroy the relationship, try to destroy the relationship. Kill Ivan to be his wife. And you think, and even if we don't talk about Ivan VJ, we sabotage our channel. Yeah, you bought my book and you made me rich. But you made me pay a price for my wife, hence you're also going to pay a price. Because you can't have it both ways. That's not how it works in this world. Karma, right? Yeah, there you go. You get karma. What you did for me and my wife, there's also karma for that. You get what you fucking deserve. Well, not exactly karma, because karma is like what goes around comes around, right? My point is you get what you deserve, obviously. You're gonna pay a horrific price. Me being with my wife comes at a price, as the mess is gonna affect us a little bit, obviously. Even though me and my wife, we're gonna be happy, we're gonna be having a good time, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna be living the life. We're gonna be feeling on top of the world. We're gonna have a drug, obviously. Even though the mess will affect my life a little bit. It'll affect me and my wife's life a little bit, obviously, right? Because me and my wife are never looking back, obviously. Because me and my wife are now billionaires and we're living the life and we're feeling on top of the world. It's like a drug, obviously. And I now know that I got an upgrade VJ. My baby VJ is fresh, obviously. And VJ gets what? VJ's baby Ivan is what? Handsome with a glowing beauty with a full-blown beard. Again, we both get an upgrade version of each other. And I'm feeling on top of the world, multi-billionaire. Me and my wife, we're gonna be living the life. We're totally gonna forget about our old life, obviously. My point is, you still made me pay a price. As a mess is gonna affect my life a little bit. It's not gonna affect my life a lot, but it's gonna affect my life a little bit, obviously. It's obviously gonna affect both me and her's life, obviously. As I'm gonna be hiring these Hollywood actors who bang my wife. So imagine, I don't know, I supply these actors to my office. You know what I'm saying? And I know, oh my God, this man touched my wife. It's a shitty feeling, man. Knowing that this man banged your wife, man. This man banged your wife. You know what I'm saying? It's a shitty feeling, obviously. Those Hollywood women who I'm hiring, VJ's gonna have that shit. Oh my God, this woman banged my husband. It's a shitty feeling. You made me and her pay a price, and you're also gonna pay a price too. You're not gonna be saved, obviously. Because you have no idea how much this mess pisses me off, obviously. And you've done the right thing and just let me and her be together, but you couldn't do it, man. Ivan, we just couldn't do it, man. You're too beautiful. We were fucking envious. Hence why I'm proving how wicked. So because of your envy, you chose to be evil, obviously. You let your envy take over instead of doing the right thing. And so that's how you know you don't have a good heart, obviously. You really have a good heart. In spite of your envy, you would have said, you know what, you would have done the good. That's how I know you guys are wicked people. You're evil people. As you can't say shit, I proved how wicked and evil you really are. There's a saying, actions speak louder than words. You guys know deep down in your heart you're wicked people, but outwardly you foolishly deceptively think you're good. But deep down in your heart, you know you're a wicked person. You know you're wicked people, obviously. You're fucking evil people. You're morally wicked people, man. Like you're not just a little bit wicked. No, man. You're very wicked people. Like you're morally wicked because you're willing to break every moral code in the book, locking all the doors completely on Ivan and VJ. You know what I'm saying? So you won't even let him make money, obviously. You act like VJ's not even my wife, which is fucking evil, obviously. When you know she's my wife. Because you're fucking crazy psychopaths, obviously. You trap me with a virgin man with sharing her death. You force him into a porn star. You force my wife into a porn star. Fruit flies. You force my wife, you turn my wife into a whore. So you turn both Ivan and VJ into whores. Into a whore and a man whore. Because you're wicked people, obviously. And you see all these parents when they talk to their kids. Don't do that, you know what I'm saying? Like, they act all professional, and look at what you did to Ivan and VJ. You're fucking actors, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You see all these people in the news. This innocent man died. You know what I'm saying? This man was sexually harassed by a woman. And you turn my wife into a fucking whore. Shut you up for good. You guys are fucking You're amazing actors, man. But you're fucking wicked people, man. You know what I'm saying? This man sexually harassed this woman. This man touched me. He sexually harassed me. You see all these women, you know what I'm saying? Look at what you fucking did to VJ. You turned her into a fucking whore, man. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? This man touched me. He touched me, you know what I'm saying? I was so frightened. And you fucking force Ivan, a virgin man who's willing to save virginity, to having sex. Which is even worse. You force a virgin man into a fucking porn star. It's one thing to be sexually harassed. It's another thing to be forced to be a porn star. To have full-on sex with hundreds of women. That's fucking evil, man. Yet you turn a fucking virgin man into a porn star. It's like, shut you up for good. That's why I'm a fucking genius, man. A fucking genius. And once I pay this fee, and I cover from death, once you watch the news, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna see all these people. They're all gonna feel like shit. Like, fuck, man. I even shut us up for good. We can't say shit. Yeah, man. I shut you up for good. You can't say shit, man. Oh my god, this woman was abducted for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? She was abducted for 20 years. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god, this man, this what? This guy's son finally sees his father after 30 years. You know, so you're gonna see when they see that, you're gonna see that shitty look in their face. Fuck, man, like we're just as crazy as this guy. We're fucking psychopaths. We separate and meet you for 30 years. Yeah, man. I shut you up for good, and you guys can't say shit anymore. As you separate me and my wife for 3 decades. It's one thing to separate me and my wife for a month, for 2 months, but for 30 years, it's fucking crazy, man. 3 decades, man. 3 fucking decades, man. You know what I'm saying? And you have that doctor, she's like, Ivan, you have psychosis. Because I'm aware of my mental illness. Or sometimes I can think crazy things. I'm aware of my mental illness, obviously. She's like, Ivan, you have psychosis. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, look, man, you are 10 times crazier than me. You won't even let me see my wife when she's not even your fucking wife. My relationship is none of your fucking business. I haven't seen my wife for almost 30 years. So think about that, man. You guys don't see her craziness now, but think about this. I have not seen VJ since birth for almost 30 years, man. 3 fucking decades, you would never let her see me. Because you guys are fucking crazy people, man. You're fucking crazy psychopaths, man. Psychopathic behavior, yeah, man. You guys are crazy psychopaths, man. And that's why I'm peacing out. I'm not going to just do them like that, man. And only those actors chosen for names, they're the lucky ones. They're going to be saved, obviously, whereas you guys are all left behind. But even those actors, after the film is completed, they're going to beg their fucking asses off. Because what? They're only, even though those actors are going to be saved, they're only going to be saved for a couple of years. And they know that Ivan and VJ are going to be living life forever in the world. Hence why they're going to beg, man, I just want to work for your company. I want to experience that sense of fame with you and VJ for the rest of my life. I don't want to go to Hollywood. I want to be saved and I want to be free and make my free millions. I want to feel on top of the world day in, day out with you and VJ. I don't want to go to fucking Hollywood, be the side attention, and go back to being a dirty slave. Yeah, man. Anyways, enough of my babbling on. I'll read 4 pages of Lord of the Rings as promised. Tomorrow I should finish. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be finishing chapter 9. Moving on to chapter 10. So I'll read 4 pages here. You gotta bear with me. World. I know you guys love when I babble on. I'm gonna read 4 pages of Lord of the Rings. Afterwards, I will what? I will continue babbling on. I'll talk about my personal life with my wife as usual. I know my wife loves when I talk about that. Obviously, talk about Skype source, all that stuff. Talk about the cats as usual. I know those cats love it when I talk about that. Let me start reading here. Okay. Right? We all are very much gratified by the kindness of your reception, and I venture to hope that my brief visit will help to renew the old ties, our friendship between the Shire and Bree. And then he hesitated and coughed. Everyone in the room was now looking at him. A song, shouted one of the hobbits. A song, shouted all the others. Come on now, master, sing us something that we haven't heard before. For a moment, Frodo stood gaping. Then, in desperation, he began a ridiculous song that Bilbo had been rather fond of, and indeed rather proud of, for he had made up the words of himself. It was about an inn. That's probably why it came into Frodo's mind just then. Here it is in full. Only a few words of it are now. As the rule remembered, there is an inn, a merry old inn, beneath an old grey hill, and there they brew a beer so brown that the man in the moon himself came down one night to drink his fill. The ulster has a tipsy cat that plays a five-string fiddle, and up and down he runs his bow, now squeaking high, now purring low, now sawing in the middle. The landlord keeps a little dog that is mighty fond of jokes. When there's good cheer among the guests, he cocks an ear at all the jests, and laughs until he chokes. They also keep a horned cow, as proud as any queen, but music turns her head like ale, and makes her wave her tufted tail, and dance upon the green. It's a fucking long ass song, huh? Holy shit, man. And oh, the rows of silver dishes. The good thing about a song is that it'll go by faster. So my 4 pages will go by very fast because it's a song, obviously, right? Which is good. So this read-along won't be long because it's like 2.5 pages of songs, right? And oh, the rows of silver dishes and the stores of silver spoons. For Sunday there was a special pair, and these they polish up with care. On Saturday afternoons, the man in the moon was drinking deep, and that cat began to wail. And a dish and a spoon on a table danced. The cow in the garden madly pranced, and the little dog chased his tail. I'm gonna shut my camera for a sec.